Morning. This is a video about repairing a car in my spare time. I'm no mechanic, I'm just a keen DIYer, and I'm making this video really to remind me of where things go, because I can be quite forgetful. So what I'm attempting to do is to repair this little car behind me that's had a front end smash. Okay, let me show you where it is. This is a All4 Mini Cooper diesel, 2016, 66 reg. You can see it has had a front end bump, which probably looks a lot worse than what it really is. It's a category N, so that means it's non-structural damage. It hasn't pushed the wings back or anything. Look, it hasn't done the windscreen, hasn't done the roof. So it's had centre impact on the bumper bar and pushed the radiator pack back. The bonnet crumpled, the lights, as they normally do, the lugs are broken. And I think, in my unprofessional opinion, it's going to be a straightforward repair. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep you updated as I go along, try and video as much as I can, for my sake as much as entertainment value, and let's see how we go. Catch you later. As you can see under here, there's a little bit of minimal damage on the top slam panel. Got a bit of a kink in it, so it'll need a full red pack, plus the top slam panel. Looks like it's pushed the airbox slightly back off the lugs, so that'll probably need replacing. Headlights both sides, but I'm sure that we might get away with lug repair brackets on those. So again, once I start taking some of this stuff off, I'll come back to you and show you what's happening. Oh, by the way, that bit of string is just to pull the lever when the bonnet's closed. Okay, catch you later. Okay, so we've got a bit further into it now. As you can see, the top slam panel has got quite a decent kink in it there, so that'll be renewed. It hasn't touched the the wings or anything though, so we're all good there. Right, the little cardboard type supports that go on the car each side, as you can see here, they are held in by these little pins here, and how you get these out is you prise the middle pin up and then ease out the whole thing like that, and you go around taking a series of those out, and then this cover will come away. Okay, catch you later. To remove the slam panel, which is this top piece here, after you've taken out the screws that hold the bonnet catch in place, you need to disconnect this cable here. Okay, to do that, you prise up the clips on the back of the cable, pull that plastic trim forward, and that exposes the actual bonnet release, which is attached in there. And it's just a simple process of pulling it out, and that's it. Then the slam panel is free. Okay, catch you later. Okay, so the top slam panel has been removed, as you can see. The water bottle just unclips from it, little 10mm bolt in the top, and as you can see, the bumper support bracket has pushed back onto the radiator and bent that quite considerably, but we'll be putting a red pack on anyway. So it's just a matter of getting all this lot off and seeing what we can find underneath. coming along quite nicely. No hidden surprises just yet. Catch you later. Okay, we're as far as taking the bumper off now, so what we needed to do first was remove the wheel spats, or the wheel trims. Now these are held in along the underneath, along here, by little rivets, and the easiest way to take them out is by punching the centres in and then removing the rivet itself. It'll probably mean renewing these, but I'm sure that's not going to be any hardship. And then the whole wheel trim, the whole wheel arch trim can come off, and then unscrew the bumper from there. Then time to lie on your back, get underneath, and there's a series of rivets that you can easily remove by using this tool here, and those are the rivets there. So we've got as far as taking out all the rivets underneath, and now we're onto this wheel arch trim. Once that's removed, I'm fairly confident that this bumper can be removed. Okay, we will carry on. Okay, as you can see, we have now removed the bumper. A little bit fiddly, but came off all okay. There's just a couple of fastenings that hold it once you get all the rivets out from underneath, and now you can see the extent of the damage on the inner bar, which will remove the red pack all in one, and then it should be a simple job of replacing it. Okay, let's see where we go from here. Okay, to get to the near side red pack bolts at the bottom, we need to remove the washer bottle, which is held in by 2 torque screws. As you can see, 2 torque screws go at the top here, and then it pulls out of the bottom, hole there, and just unplug the pump, the wire in. We need to renew that pipe because it's split, but that's not an issue. So next step is to remove the red pack, and we will go from there. Cheers. Okay, here we have the red pack is nearly off. The most awkward pipes on the red pack are the intercooler ones at the bottom. They have special clips on them that you have to, and they're spring loaded, that you have to ease out so that you can remove the pipes. They're a bit tricky, but they will come out. And then of course the aircon radiator needs disconnecting. Okay, we carry on. Okay, as you can see, we've got the intercooler clips off. Very, very tricky, but they do come off. And that is the top intercooler pipe that sits on the bottom of there. Again, those spring loaded clips, you just need to ease them back so that it pulls off. Just the aircon pipes now. The aircon is empty because it leaked, but we've managed to snap a bolt off on that bottom part of the radiator there, but we'll be changing that anyway, so we just need to disconnect the last 2 pipes and off it comes. Okay, finally got the red pack off. As you can see, we've had to cut a couple of the aircon pipes off the radiator. We weren't using the radiator anyway because it's all smashed, so we just need to unbolt all them and attach it to the new one. Okay, so that's the front end completely stripped. I would imagine a good 3 hours work to get to that stage. Okay, so once the new red pack's here, then we can start the reassembly. As I said before, just be careful with these intercooler pipes. They've got spring clips on, they're a little bit tricky to undo. Take your time, make sure you don't break anything. Okay, catch you later. Okay, so what we've done now is we've removed the air filter box. Just a couple of clips. You have to undo the MAF sensor behind it and then pull it away from the car. The reason why we've taken this out is because it's got damage on the front and the back, so we'll be replacing it with another one. So the work has progressed. We have now removed the bonnet and also taken off those stubborn air condenser pipes, as you can see. So we'll be bolting straight to the original 2 pipes on the car and replacing the seals at the same time, so it doesn't cause any aggravation in the future. The bonnet came off fairly easy, as you can see. There's no damage to the hinges, they're all okay. We've got the pipes all cleaned up, ready to be attached to the new red pack, well, new second hand. And we'll not be long before we're ready for offering it up and putting it on. We've cleaned it down and rub it down and touch up those bumper support bars. Put the original fan on, cleaned it all up ready. So that's looking pretty decent and ready to go. The bonnet's all stripped, everything's stripped off it, ready for the new one to be painted and built up. So progressing quite nicely. Okay, a bit further we've got now, nearly ready for the red pack going on. Just made sure all the hoses are nice and ready for it to be offered up. Need to take those bottom legs off this red pack, won't be using those. So everything in there is tidy and secure, and now we're taking the wheel arch liner out. I just need to move this wing slightly forward because the gap has closed up slightly. So I've got it jacked up, axle stands underneath. I'm going to take this wheel arch out, a series of clips, quite an easy job, and then we'll probably have to lower that lower plastic under tray so we can get to the aircon pipes and what have you, and it'll be easier to get to the filler bottle. Okay, let's crack on. Okay, wheel arch liners out, which is quite an easy job really. Just got all the fasteners out. There's a few underneath and a few around this wing area, and I've also taken out the soundproofing inside the wing so that we can loosen the wing off and get the gap back. And as you can see, we loosen the wing off, the gap is opened up, and before we tighten that we will put all the front end on, jiggle it about and line it up just to make sure that all the gaps are correct, and we'll work off the gap on the other side. So coming along quite nicely now, more or less ready for building up again. Okay, that's all for now. Okay, red pack is sat on there nicely, wants a bit of fettling about and coupling up, but for a first fit it seems to have gone on okay. Okay. Onwards and upwards. Okay, red pack's on, all plumbed up and ready for filling with coolant. So then we can button all that up. We're now going to move on to the interior because we've got to change the dash and the airbags. So what we've done is we've removed the first seat, the passenger seat. There's 4 bolts underneath, held in with torque bolts, and unplugged this connector here from underneath the seat. And what we're going to do today is take that seat out, centre console, and as much trim around the dash as we can, so that we can get ready for putting the new dash in. And then once we've got the dash installed, we will move on to the curtain airbags, but that entails removing the roof lining and the roof lining will need to go out of the back of the car, so we will need to move the car further forward, but that'll come at a later stage. Okay, let's get on with it. Okay, so we've started on this side of removing the dashboard. As you can see, you need to take off the sill trims, the bottom corner trim there, screws out, torque screws out of the bottom trim there, trim underneath. Coming up to the dashboard, there's a ribbon cable there that fits into the start button, and now we're starting to take off the vents and everything, so we're gradually working our way across the dash. Okay, the lower part of the dash on the driver's side has got a lot of torque bolts in that you've got to make sure you get them all out before you can release them. And then this panel comes down and there's two wire connections, one there and one here, just simply slots in there. You need to take that out before you can get the bottom trim off the steering wheel. It's got two screws, torque screws at the back. Once we get those out, then we can see what we need to do to take the steering wheel off and the airbag. Then we can move along further into the dash. Okay, let's get it on. Moved over to this side now, and we have started dismantling the trim. As you can see, you need to take this piece out first, then these pieces, and you've got the side piece of the dash which has got a little clip in there, look, electrical clip that you need to remove. Removed all the torques out of the top of the glove box, remove that side piece of the dashboard, and now we're going to start to work underneath and remove everything underneath to take this box out. Okay, and gradually we should get down to it so where we can get the top part of the dash off. Okay, so a bit further forward on removing the dash. As you can see, we've got the glove compartment out and a series of screws. Now we've had to take out the centre console so that we can release a little tray that goes at the bottom there, so we can release the centre panel. Inside there are two clips, as you can see, and all you do is rotate this top lug round to the side and they will pull out. Okay, so once we've removed that, we'll move on to the clocks. Can remove the airbag, and then I think we can get to the inside of that infrared thing on the top of the dash so that we can push it up, so we can take that top cover off, and then we'll be able to get this surrounding trim off. Okay, all coming along very nicely. Okay, we've now finally removed the dashboard, as you can see, which is a little bit of a squeeze, but you've just got to make sure you get all the bolts out. And when we put the new dash in, this wire here, we've got to make sure that we poke it up through the dash so that we can fit it into the infrared fitting. So we've got everything labelled up, so hopefully we know where everything's going to go when it goes back. So now we're going to prepare the new dash to go in with the airbag, and then we're going to remove that airbag and possibly take the steering wheel off to make fitting the new dash a little bit easier. Okay, as you can see, that all the interior is back in the car now. All the airbags are done. Everything is fitted up and refitted as it should be. A little bit tricky getting the new dashboard in, but a little bit of patience, time and care, and everything come good. Managed to change the curtain airbags without taking the roof lining out completely. Just managed to drop it down and insert the curtain airbag. So quite pleased with how that's all gone. And now the front end is practically built up. It's not finished yet, but it's all in situ. Not much more work to do on there before it's totally finished. Paint shop's made a good job of the colour match. Looks all good. As you can see, all fitted up underneath there. Everything's back to normal. All the lights are in situ, front grille, topped up with antifreeze. I'm going to do an oil and filter change on it. Doesn't need one, but I'm going to do one anyway. All the bonnet has been refitted, and that is a genuine brand new BMW bonnet. BMW Mini. Okay, so just got a little bit of adjusting to do on the hinges. A little bit of tidying up around the bottom, and she's ready to use. Catch you later. Okay, here we are. Spats are on, all tidied up, all pinned up underneath. This spat is on, a little bit fiddly, but as long as you make sure all the clips line up, they go back as they should do. Just got that one to tighten up down there, and then put the pins in, and that's all buttoned up. Okay, we're near enough about done. We've just got a few clips to put in, and a little bit of fettling on it, and she is about done. All in all, quite an easy repair on a sweet little car. Bonnet's not shut at the moment, it just needs a bit of fettling and a bit of straightening up. But apart from that, ready to go.